Right, okay, so welcome to part 3. It's been a couple of days because I needed a break for a couple of days. I've been doing a bit of a few bits and pieces, so I've not really had as much time. Although obviously still off work, etc., etc. So try and get you a few more videos out. Try and get one a day out for a bit if I can, but no promises. I'll certainly get as close as I can to it. Right, so load it with 50 credits, and then got a shed load of money on there. Yeah, let's go again. So we're going to push the high-low gamble for a bit and see what happens with that. Because somebody very rightly commented in one of the videos, can't remember who it was now, that this doesn't necessarily have to follow the same pattern as Cops because it's made by a different manufacturer. Programming is likely to be totally different. Anyway, let's give this a bit of a push. So last video you saw, I didn't take any wins didn't go on the board. Just push the high low. So there's going to be a little bit of that going on for a bit. And we've had some nice weather as well of late. It's been really, really nice, which has been good. I've managed to get myself a bit of a suntan. Normally living in Manchester, you're lucky if you get like a wind tan or something, but get an actual suntan. See if we can get some bigger wins to go in off as well. Seems to take a while when you're at like a poxy £1 or £2 all the time. Yeah, we're just going to be collecting the wins off them. No idea if there's anything there. Any notes? Doesn't look like it. It was nice to see that Daniel Chappell's put himself a video out again yesterday. I haven't seen many videos from him for a while, so it's nice to see him that he put a video out again. And it was also nice to see that Hyperact's going to manage to have a decent win on Friday night. Getting 5 scatters on Captain Venture. 10 up. That was quite nice to see. Nice to see his overreaction to it. He was very excited by it. But also the fact that Shockey'd gone to the shop for him, so he managed to miss it, which is even more humorous. Go on then. Boom. I really didn't want to take the quid. I wish not. I really shouldn't have done. Boom. Dead again. Thanks. Not taking that. Let's try and get some bigger ones again. Reserve pot's winning the battle again. Nah, nothing again. Like I said, I don't want to make the whole video about just pushing the eye low, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. If it gets up, it is offering 4 of a kind wins again. Which it was doing earlier in one of the other videos, wasn't it? Brilliant. Take £1.40 this time. Not really filming the boards, so I don't really want them particularly at the moment. The interesting thing about how I got into fruit machines, not ownership, because obviously that's come really, really far down the line, but playing them. I remember when I was 17 maybe, I'd started going out drinking, like most people of my age at that time would have done. I used to go out with, I'd say 10 quid for a night, and that was pretty much my spends. And generally I'd come home bladdered at the end of the night, and I'd have a kebab and I'd probably thrown up somewhere, and I love come home with a pocket full of money. And I wasn't, by any stretch, I would have thought, a professional or anywhere like that sort of standard. At that point, I was a 17-year-old kid. But that's kind of how I started getting seriously into fruit machines. Now, I've played them pretty much all my life. Like, my first memory is my dad pushing me in a pushchair to Boscombe Pier when we used to go to Bournemouth on holiday when I was very, very young. And I remember him letting me push the buttons then, like, so I'd always had some sort of interest in them, even from a very early age. But when I used to go out on a night out, I'd pretty much just go out with my best mate, and we just pretty much sharked the machines. Like, we were talking things that were about when I was starting drinking. I don't know, maybe £10 jackpots, some maybe 15 quidders were just about coming out, maybe. Like, one of the local pub stroke clubs had like a £8 hagger. I don't want that. I had an £8 hagger, you know, like, they had some really, really small jackpot stuff, and of course everybody played and pissed up. It just sit and watch machines, go on them, nick a board, maybe nick a jackpot, maybe fluke a streak or a jackpot repeat out of something, and yeah, just pretty much go around the pubs, get a pint in each pub and get drunk. And that was kind of me at sort of 17 years old. Then I went to university. Probably didn't get much better when I got to university, to be honest with you. I probably started to play a bit more, had a bit more disposable income as well, so I'd kind of play the machines at uni, at the halls of residence, and you know, in the bars and stuff around there, and I started to get a bit better at machines. And by the time I was sort of leaving university, I'd have been sort of 20-ish year old, I'd have thought. Take that. So take the smallest win you can. I would say I didn't kind of really get seriously into them till kind of maybe I was going, there's local arcade, and we were going down there from about 16, and that's where I started playing things like Indiana Jones on £10, Monopoly 60 on £10, and I can't remember, there was quite a few. It changed hands after a while, and I always remember there was two guys that came in. One was a Chinese lad, and they used to come in, and we're like quite a rural town where I live, so I still live there now. And they used to come in and they used to absolutely batter. There was like a Monte Carlo or bust or something like that. I think it probably was a Monte Carlo or bust. And they used to absolutely fucking ram raid this thing. They used to absolutely hammer it when they came in. They didn't hammer everything else. They'd come and play the indie. They'd make some money off it. But I weren't really playing them that seriously. But I remember these two guys coming in anyway. So they kind of, I guess even from being like 16 or so, had kind of shown me that machines were beatable, you know. And everybody thinks, a lot of people watch these videos think there's only one winner. There isn't. There's never been one winner. There's always been two. There's been the people that realise that they can beat them and are able to beat them, and there's the owners. They're the two people that win. And when there's a good trick, the owners don't win. It's as simple as that. You know, they lose a lot of money when there's a good trick out, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who tell you that, but there's that misconception in society, there always was a misconception in society, that the people that made money out of machines were the people that owned them. And they, yeah, of course they make money out of them. You know, that's why they're there. They're designed to pay out less than they take in, until you find a way of manipulating the odds in your favour. Still white, I don't really care anyway at the moment, but just going to push this high low again in a minute. Oh, somebody mentioned about changing the values on there. They're printed on the glasses. It's absolutely impossible. I think it was Ben that mentioned that to me. Like, yeah, they can't be changed. Where were we? Oh yeah, so people beating them, and I guess from being fairly young, I didn't lose. You know, I just generally didn't lose money. I certainly didn't get thousands and thousands of pounds into debt. And most of the people that I came across who played them as I got older and kind of got into slotting, you know, the professionals, if you like, that play the machines, they'd all come from an addict background. I think most people come from what you would consider an addict's background. They were addicts, they started off as addicts and then they just got good. Either they got sick of losing or they figured out how to play some of the machines. But I don't ever really think I came from quite that background. And then I got fairly lucky. I think, you know, I got Gold Strike incredibly early when that was released, through watching a guy do it. Guy goes by the name of Scottish Sovereign on YouTube, and none of his videos got anything to do with fruit machines at all. But yeah, he kind of gave me the key to the door, if you like the kind of the bit of fruit machines where you found out that, you know, they were totally beatable, or you had a really, really good trick. And then I started getting to meet people through the very early online forums. You know, that's how I got to meet people like Cheerful Pessimist. That's, you know, amongst others. Like, hell, not sure that's of any benefit to us, but amongst other people, I met quite a lot of good people, and some of them people still remain good friends to me now. But I'd guess getting hold of an empty as such was the first kind of real good trick I had, and I had a few other good ones over the years that I'd done, or I'd sort of semi-done, or I'd known, or people had given me, or whatever else, or I'd got to watch people do them, and I'd kind of say that was for me like the start of what I would consider me being sort of full-time and doing it as a living. And I enjoyed it. It was good fun. I think it's better when you're young than when you get older, because you can really, like, I don't know, the nights don't affect you. You can slot literally straight through. You know, there's many times when we were out on the roads and I was doing 48 hours straight, maybe getting a couple of hours when we head down in a car somewhere. Funniest, one of the funny stories. I won't bore you with too many stories. I'm just filling the time a little bit. But should have taken me 40p. Hold on. Luckily it's liquid. As I say, this is on the M1, and we were going down to ATEI, which is basically the showcase for the amusement industry in them days. And we were heading down there, and there was an Ultimo in one of the Motto services. I'm going to say it was Toddington southbound. I'm kind of just doing this off the top of my head, but I'm going to say that's where it was. And my playing partner at the time went in, and I can't think what time it was now. I was absolutely knackered. We'd already done a day's worth of slotting on the way down anyway, and I think I got a good full 6 hours kip in his BMW. It must have been a good 6 hours kip. And I woke up and he still wasn't back in the car. And he'd been slotting this one machine, like literally, well, probably all night, to be fair. They weren't so crash hot as they are now, about you're only parking for about 3 hours. They didn't really give a shit back in them days. But yeah, I remember waking up and it being daylight and there was people about and it was normal, and I was fresh as a daisy. And he still hadn't got back to the car because he hadn't finished this one machine, and he'd literally been on this one machine all night at 70% or 72% or whatever it would have been sat at. I think what made matters worse to him is when we finally got to Earls Court, we got there fairly early, and we met a few other people that were players, and we went round the corner to this Willie Earls Bookies, and it had a battle axe in. And everyone was like, no, there'll be too many people that'll have been round here, it'll be battered, it's not worth it. And I went on it and I got 90 quid out of it in about 15 minutes. So sometimes it pays to take your chance, I guess. Well, we've gone for nearly all that money and we've not had one board off it. Well, one board, he says. That high-low's not progressed at all, has it? There's about 80 quid on there to start with as well. It's up to 15 now. The highest the high-low's been, 25 quid I think. Killed me as soon as it could. Let's get rid of some more of this money. Thanks. Yeah, it's held up pretty well. Listed of riggers have been played constantly. To be fair though, I mean, like, it's been sat in here for, I don't know, man, I must have had it came on towards about 6 months. I've had this machine. It was just one I couldn't not buy. When I got offered the second, no, it was 6 months now. I got it around about Christmas time, didn't I? Did I get it before or after? Yeah, 4 months maybe, I don't know. Now, it did take a lot to get this going in the first place. I've lost a bulb, look. That's a shame. So something for me to do before the next video, isn't it? Stick another bulb in. I sincerely hope that this pot's before the cash pots get full. Because you'd think for how much money's gone through it so far, you would like to think that your cash pots would be a bit higher than that. Like if it was a JPM, they'd be flying up. Man, they don't start on 0 anyway, but it's not thrown many 4 of a kind wins back in since, has it? I was just going to talk about that. So I also counted the last time that happened as well. It didn't even go around the board 3 times. Let's collect that. My little blue light's gone. I do like that blue light. It is pretty fucking cool. I have contemplated swapping the bulbs over so it always lights up in blue. Wow, thanks. Thanks for coming. Part of me wants to finish this video without without taking anything, and part of me wants to give you all something to watch. It's just oranges again. No, it must be fairly happy when it's offering you the Rover's return for £10. It's 25 quid again. Doesn't seem particularly... oh, fuck off. Doesn't seem particularly keen on the idea of dropping any big 4 of a kind wins again, does it? Got a rogue quid here, noticed. Nothing again. Well, cherries. Not that I really want them. Not even really much point of even holding them, is there? Doesn't like his quid, does it? I think for the interest of this video, I'm probably not going to take any wins. I don't suppose anything good's there? No, is it fuck? Don't see why you couldn't have just given me another cherry. Give me 15 quid. Don't suppose holding it makes any difference, and I definitely want 3 hold. Probably just do this all day, couldn't you? I'd say that. Oh, my lights decided to relight. Must just be a bit of a loose cable. So I get £6 back in. So that's about another 80 quid. So it's had 50 quid at the end of that last video, so at least I'd have thought. So about 130 quid through it without anything significant coming back out. Whole £5. And it's still about as brutal as ever, isn't it? Right, I'm going to leave it there for part 3. I would say a pretty brutal little session for 80 quid of very little happening, unfortunately, guys. But I want to push the high low a bit. Don't know. See what you want me to do in the next video. If you want me to continue to push the high low, you want me to start taking a few Rovers returns. So this, for me, is a bit of a blind one, as I keep saying, because it's not something that I've really, well, definitely didn't play and really remember from back in the day. So anyway, hey ho, thanks for watching. Stay safe.